Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham.
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber.
Hello.
And this is State of Atlanta.
Oh, man. Good to see everything's normal around here, and David is hosting. All is right in the world.
Yeah.
Woo! It was a close call,
And
wasn't it?
I am $2 less wealthy. Yes. Had to actually put some stuff together for the night. I was telling my wife while the game was going on is like, I ended up with the worst of all options, because it could have been that we won the game, or it could have been I won the bet, but nope, I lost the bet and I lost the $2 and I lost the game. I lost everything.
And the game.
Yeah. I lost the game. I lost the game and the money. So,
and to be fair, the only thing I have to brag about is winning the bet. That's it. That's all I got. I would love to have won the game too.
I prefer to win the game.
Would have been double win.
So so what we're talking about is the bet we had on the Auburn game last week. What was this? What was the spread that I said take the points
20.5.
on? It was 20.5. Yeah, I was trying to remember what it was.
It's a lot of points, and you were very confident. And I'm just like, man, I'm not ever gonna bet my team loses by that many points.
Well,
That's a lot of points.
I have a theory on this. Have you seen us play this season? I have a theory on this, and
I don't think we've lost by that much.
So Coach Hayes listens to this podcast, and he did not want to listen to the two of you guys host. He just was like, I'm not gonna let us lose by this much. But it was a good game. I mean, I still think we looked incredibly sloppy, inability to shoot. You could say that's just because that's a very, very good Auburn team, and they made it look like we didn't know what we were doing at times. But we still led by 6 in the second half. It looked good. I mean, the team looked good for the most part.
Leading by 6 in the second half against a top 20 ranked SEC team. I'll take that.
Right.
I mean, what else are you going to ask for?
I don't think anyone expected us to be in the game the way that we were, and even watching it, the announcers were saying that Georgia State just won't go away. As David knows, because I was texting him, "Hey, Georgia State won't go away." He's like, "I know we won't,"
and neither will you. No, I mean, so the announcers were annoying, but SEC, and then the officiating, it might as well have been trying to get payback for the football game against Auburn. They're like, all right, we just can't let Georgia State look like they're that good against us. Auburn was getting away with a lot of stuff that we were not. But I will never use officiating as an excuse why we lost a game. We
look good regardless. So
yeah. So I feel a lot better about the team. We went on and we beat Rhode Island the next game. I was kind of hoping for a better performance. We did good. We won, but was by 9 points against a team that turns out had COVID. But I kind of was expecting after that Auburn performance that we would look a lot better, but we still can't shoot the ball.
Tim?
We shot okay. I mean, 44% for Rhode Island, 48% from 3. What do you want? You want 50 and above? I don't see this team doing that. Like
no, this team is not. But I'm used to this.
Wait. I do want that. I do. So
no, but
I don't think they have it in them.
They don't. I'm used to Georgia State teams because I came in. I became an actual Georgia State basketball fan, a season ticket holder during the Ron Hunter era, and then follow that up with, obviously with Lanier. And that's when putting up 80, 90 points a game was not unexpected. And like we spent so much of the last few minutes of the game saying, are we going to hit 100? Are we going to get there? And now we have a team that's playing basketball in a different way. And so I've got to learn to be a better fan, I guess. But I just putting up 75 points, seems like that's how we used to lose games, was only scoring 75 in the past. But now that's how you win a game.
I think we're playing more defensive. Our defensive intensity is higher this year. Like, we're not just giving away points. People are working for their points.
Yeah. And I think Dwan had a not a banner game as far as points and stats go against Rhode Island, but he did what he needed to do. And I think some people were even saying like, that's kind of the player he needs to be, like not the guy that they have to lean on for everything, because that's when he starts missing stuff, but be the guy that's going to be a consistent 12-point a game, 2/3 of his shots go in type a performer. So
he's like obviously taking charge on the court, and like
Mhm.
as far as even a little bit greedy sometimes, but like what I was noticing at the Rhode Island game was a lot more of the like field general, court general, whatever you call it in basketball, whatever.
Floor
But
general.
he was actually like
Floor.
organizing people, right? He was shouting out stuff and making sure people were getting in the positions that they were supposed to get into, even more so than I've seen in past games. And in football, this is what my theory is, at least, and like the quarterback that is calling plays from the field is actually the best quarterback that you can get, right? That's when you start seeing like teams change into greatness. And so like to see him doing that, it feels very similar from a basketball perspective, and who knows, me not being a basketball guy, but it felt good. It felt like that's what you want your leader to do on the court.
Well, and we knew coming into the season that you had a bunch of new guys that are playing together for the first time under a new head coach. And so, and I don't want to use the term like the knocking the rust off and gelling, but you're seeing the team actually evolve into an actual team. It's like if you go back and watch the first couple of episodes of Friends, maybe even the first season of Friends, it's funny if you were a fan of that, but you could tell the characters didn't know each other that well. And like it was once the show kind of had got into its real groove and everything, and the characters on the show, the actors knew each other, they knew how to play off each other and everything. That's when the show was getting a lot better. Same thing with the basketball team. These guys are figuring out how to play with each other. That sounds bad. How to play together.
Hey,
and
play together cohesively as a team.
Exactly. And it's becoming very obvious now, very evident, which I guess this is the time you want to do it. We played, this ranked Auburn team. We played a team that we got to beat after that. And then we close out the non-conference with Toccoa Falls tomorrow on Wednesday. That should be a game where you can figure out, work on anything that you wanted to work on before going into conference schedule. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Tim, I interrupted you. Go for it.
Oh, go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
I was just going to say that, I think it's really good that Odom is finally learning to not have to do everything, not do all the circus shots, not hold the ball the entire time. He's got Tucker, he's got Johnson, he's got Mann, he's got players. Two of those are bench players scoring over double digits against Rhode Island. And I think also potentially in Auburn. He doesn't have to do it all. He's got people that can actually, Rhode Island was a great game. We actually shot the three much better, like close to 50%, which we've been in the 20s and the teens. And I think the single digits in one game. We made like 1 of 20, maybe some crazy stat. Was like that?
The Northeastern game or something? Yeah.
That game didn't count, right? That's practice. Yeah.
I was looking at the thing, the schedule and everything. We've not won an away game yet. So I guess thank goodness we have the Convocation Center, the box, whatever. But yeah, we haven't won a. Well, how many road games have we had? Northeastern and Auburn. Are those only 2?
2. We've lost our 2 away games.
We're heaping praise on the team, but I will say from the first half to the second half of the Rhode Island game, the difference appeared to be Rhode Island's ability to shoot the ball. They came down to earth they just started missing shots left and right, and maybe it has to do with our defense, and I'm just not smart enough with basketball to figure that out. But it didn't look like there was a major difference other than their balls stopped dropping. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Their balls ceased to drop. The balls didn't drop. No, the balls.
Well, that's ironic.
And we sort of came back up, but the shooting still wasn't great for us. We still weren't where we probably should be, but they definitely didn't just come back down to earth. They dropped. They plummeted.
Well, it's kind of ironic because I read that Auburn had their best shooting performance in a half ever in the second half of our game. So we had one game where our opponent just couldn't miss, and then the very next game we got away with it. But they looked horrible. So, but I'm feeling good, feeling up on it. I'm anxious to see what the out of conference performance is going to be like. Like I said, after Toccoa Falls tomorrow, we start the following week hosting JMU and South Alabama. JMU is actually looking pretty good. For their out of conference, they're 9-3. USA is 5-6. It'd be, I guess, a good little litmus test on how we're going to be. Being at home is nice. And then we follow up with the Louisiana schools. Lafayette's looking good. Monroe is not. Their worst they have the worst record in the conference. But obviously, we'll talk about all of that stuff in the weeks to come. So I'm anxious to see how we do. How do you guys think we're going to do going into conference?
I think it's super important for us to get a good start to conference play and get that 2-0 start going into the new year to kind of establish ourselves. Because if you look at our record, 6-5, right? I mean, probably 7-5 after Toccoa Falls, whatever. It's okay. It's not great.
Sunbelt teams miss them like that.
Sunbelt teams probably look at us like, they've been knocked off their pedestal. But I hope we come out with a really strong presence in both of those games to start out the season 2-0. It'll just set the tone for the rest of the season and, show the rest of the Sun Belt we're here to play. So what do you think, Ryan?
I think you never can tell with Georgia State teams who the hell knows who's going to show up for conference play or whatever. And what really matters is that we take all the time that we can to become the team that we need to be to win the tournament.
Sure.
The conference tournament, because that's literally all that matters. As long as we can make it there. But everyone makes it, right? Is that right now? Everyone makes it.
Yeah, every team gets in.
Yeah. So who even gives a shit, right? We just need to be taking all of these games to basically develop the team into a team that can win that tournament, regardless.
Well, you do care because considering that all the teams make it, you want to be as high seeded as possible to avoid.
That's fine. Whatever.
Playing as many games. Grant says, I still think the month of January will be tough for the Panthers. Only 2 home games. Well, yeah, with our record of 100% loss rate on the road, I agree.
Easy. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Look,
we'll see. I mean,
I want to get back to a little bit what I was saying though. Is it doesn't really matter about doing well and getting a high seed, because there still is only 2 or 3 really special programs in the Sun Belt ever. And as long as we're one of those and can win the tournament, it doesn't really matter because we can win all those other games. So it's just not that big a deal.
Oh, of course. It's not like we're playing for another at-large bid or anything. It's going to be whoever wins the conference. So it's all that matters. Hell, you can lose it. They let everybody in. You could lose every single conference game and then win everyone in the conference tournament, and you're that team.
It's not likely, but yeah.
It's not likely, but I don't like that. That's a lot less fun to talk about. I want to come in here and I want Coach Hayes to dominate and especially shoving the ball down the throats of all these crappy ass teams we have in this stupid conference. And
I think it would be hilarious. So lose every game and then just go kill them in the tournament. Just be like, what? Oh yeah. Oh,
number 14 seed Panthers.
Just hit the switch
when they write that movie. It'll be like at the conference. Dewan's be like, it's like, I didn't tell you, I've been playing with my right hand all season, but I'm left-handed, and it just starts
for multiple seasons.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
I will say for the tournament, I would prefer not to be the bottom 4 seeds. I'd rather get at least a single round bye to not play the first day. I don't know.
Oh, the play-in? Yeah. F a play-in.
Yeah, so just 8 seeds, the lowest we can go. I don't, getting the double bye sometimes is good, sometimes it's bad. The way the tournament's situated this year, where there's a day in between the games. Is there a day? Yeah, there's a day in between all games.
I think so.
So Tuesday, off day Wednesday, so the women can play. They're playing Thursday, and then Friday the women play their second round, and then Saturday is the semifinals. I don't know if you really want that double bye, and you play 2 days in a row. Well, 3 days in a row if you have the championship game. I don't know. It's right. It's always one of those things that you really want that off time between the last game and the next game.
I mean, the whole concept of doing that is trying to make sure that the best team makes it, as the champion, which gives them the best chance of actually performing well into the NCAA tournament. And so, yeah, I get it. Sometimes you think that having the extra time off is a break. Do the guys get cold? They're not as loose as they were. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. That comes down to being a competitor, and I guess the stats show that giving the top seed teams this kind of bye is good, but you always remember that number 1 seed that loses in their first game way more than you remember the guy that was the 8th seed that won the whole thing as an 8th seed.
I feel like the number 1 seed in our conference tournament traditionally does not make it into the NCAA tournament. I think we broke that one year, but I think a lot of times it's not the number 1 seed that gets in.
Were we not? We were Not
One
the the regular season. Only one time were we the regular season champ and the conference champ.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was staring at
it's very
those banners
likely.
in the
It's
Convocation
very-
Center.
Talk about the banners. The banners are finally up. We didn't know if that was going to happen, and there was.
Didn't we?
Why was it? Why? Well, I mean, they just weren't talked about. Why was it that we had one of our patrons at the commencement ceremony for his was it his nephew or whatever, and he sent us a picture of the banners being up. Georgia State, to my knowledge, did not do any kind of posting on, hey, look at our new swanky banners we have up.
Silent release.
Well, and frankly, they shouldn't have, because they should have just been up at the grand opening of the arena in the first place.
We had that, and then, like, even if you want to say that they were printing up new banners, because I think I haven't been inside the stadium, the Convocation Center since then. The achievements, the NCAA appearances, all that, are those new banners? And then like the
it's all brand new.
They don't.
Yeah.
They
Are the
don't look
conference-
new.
are the-
They look like the same old banners.
The conference teams banners, they look like they're the same ones from the sports arena. Like, I bet if you go to a sports
we
arena,
just added some.
Even if,
So
but
that
even
was
if
another-
they're all brand new and you had to print new banners, like that doesn't cost a ton of money for a program like Georgia State, and that doesn't take very long. And frankly, again, it should have all been up before we let anybody into that building. I mean, it's just like not that hard, but it's another example of that whole not paying attention to the details, just the little details, right? Just these little things.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, and they're
Well,
trying
so-
to get one over on us by putting them up and not saying a word.
Well, here's a minor detail that I'm going to fixate on big time is with having the banners of the other schools and conference in there. I don't like having to hang that crap. I don't know if it's a requirement out of the conference or we're just doing it out of our good gracious, whatever. One thing that I do like that they do is it's not the actual flags of the school.
Right.
It doesn't have their logo on it. We have like a maroon and gray thing that says Troy on it. You know, you just kind of go through. I like that, but we need to take the pettiness to a new level. Right now, the banners, I believe, are hung in alphabetical order of the school names. Georgia State, there's no reason why Georgia State should not have our banner dead center in between all the other teams,
And
Twice as big.
Sure, I would say, but don't we gave ourselves a boring banner as well? It needs to be just the Panther head in the dead center of the whole thing, and then have the generic banners, and then put Trash Down South on one far side and put Lafayette on the other. Like, we want to distance these programs as far away from, because we hate these programs, and I don't know, figure out the order you want to have in between, but like make a statement with it that this is our house and we're going to treat it like our house, and you guys can screw off. Yeah, and make our banner slightly larger so it hangs a little bit longer and it takes a little more space.
A little lower, low hanger.
Yeah,
nice.
I will
that's
say
my-
there's just
that's
a
my rant.
shit ton of
a
Sun
good
Belt
rant.
teams. Like when you see the banners tomorrow, David, it just takes up all this space. It's like, how many more teams are we going to add? Where are we going to put the rest of the banners when we keep adding more teams in this conference?
Well, we'll just keep. So we don't make our banner bigger. We make all the other banners smaller, and they start getting tinier and tinier and tinier until it's like just like some like 8x11 piece of paper that we printed up that curls in the corners, hung up by some Scotch tape.
Just
That's
take
what
them
we
into
should
a
do.
quilt, put them all together into one little tiny banner.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we got banners, right?
Yeah, they look good. Makes the arena look a little fuller than it was looking before. Hopefully, we can add to those banners
Oh, well, yeah,
This year.
for sure.
specifically.
Did they put the volleyball stuff up on the achievements flag side? I call them achievements. I don't know what they're
I
actually
don't
called.
believe so. Men's are on one side, women's are on the other. I didn't see volleyball. I think they left volleyball in the
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sports,
we
the
did
sports
too.
arena is still volleyball, right?
the volleyball.
Right,
arena.
it makes sense. I was just curious because there was a lot of banners, and I know we haven't been that great, but I was just curious if they put the volleyball stuff in because that was always it took up a lot of the room in there. But yeah, they should stay in the sports arena. They're just asking a random question. So yeah, that's all I really had for basketball. The
Well,
couple of
tomorrow.
small
Tomorrow.
Well, yeah, we're playing Division II team Toccoa Falls, who apparently were actually founded before Georgia State was founded.
Yeah.
They started.
David, you're
and, like-
you're going to the game. Tim, are you?
I'm gonna try to sneak away from work. Yeah.
Yeah. I
will
convinced my
be-
boss to let me have a long lunch.
I'll be bringing at least 2/3 of my children with me.
All right, good.
If not the whole caboodle, but yeah.
Will they let? Does Fritz get in for free?
I would assume so. I mean, I'll be like, all right, well then you take him. I'll be back here in an hour and a half. Pick him up.
Here, ticket taker.
Give him the recruit treatment. Give him the recruit treatment. Show him around the locker rooms and see where he can not be.
Well, he doesn't take a seat, right?
No, I'd hold him. But not that I'll have a problem at a noon game against a Division II team at the Convocation Center.
Sure,
I'm not worried about that.
Sure.
Yeah. But I don't think I'll be bringing I don't think I'm bringing the baby. I think just be bringing the girls.
Cool.
But yeah, I'll be there. Probably not going to be tailgating, I guess, for this game. If I
that leads into the other thing I wanted to talk about is tailgating. Yeah. So I know it's really tough. There's a lot of games, and we can't really tailgate everything. But I think we should probably do a good job at least doing the weekend games. And
Saturday games,
like 2 hours early by the Magnolias, just show up and like whether we grill or just drink beers or what, but like we should do. We should do it.
We need to make ourselves I don't mean ourselves like state of Atlanta. Make ourselves like Georgia State fans. Make our presence known at the tailgates, because when we were tailgating at the top of the G deck, it was really easy to just like bring out a 6-pack.
Where it was, right?
Right, and everything, but now we have the opportunity. We're actually out, in the public eye of doing this. They need to see that, Georgia State does tailgate for basketball stuff. So everyone should come out, and that's where we are. The Magnolia trees, the ones that are far from the Panther Express.
It's not Magnolia trees on the other side. There's one over there, but it's the Magnolia Grove.
Is that the Magnolia trees, not the Magnolia tree?
Right, exactly. And you'll see us. I mean, we'll try to get out there 2 hours early. That's my goal at least, and then to try to bring a little something. I was thinking we should also have a couple more signs, so that if one of us can't go, there's another sign in existence that we can like set up a tent and a sign at least.
Yeah.
Yep. We can get on that.
There's not that many. There's not that many Saturday games. There's only 4 of them from here on out. So
are there? I guess that makes sense. Makes sense with the
forever
with
for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, cool. How many times we get to tail? Only 4.
That's crazy.
But we might have to pick a weeknight,
because people are like, even over the weekend or even yesterday, somebody was like, oh yeah, there's too many games to tailgate, and I'm like, well, that's why you just pick the weekend ones.
Perfect.
4. There's only 4.
That math makes sense, because you figure, so there's 4 Saturdays, which means there's 4 Thursdays. So that's 8 games of the season. We know the last conference game is on a Friday, not a Saturday,
and a Wednesday for the home game.
Yeah, Wednesday, Friday
for those Saturday games. Let's do something. Let's do it up.
Well, I'll do the. I can definitely bring the flat top up to do some smash burgers again, like we did at the end of the sports arena, and we can figure out other stuff. So
cool. Let's just plan it. I don't know. I like the idea of it. So
slide in that Wednesday night game though, for sure. The last game of the season at home.
Yeah. That the first one's going to be South Alabama on Saturday. That's going to be our first Saturday home conference game. So we'll figure something out for that. I don't know what Mobile's known for, but besides sucking. So, all right. I think that brings a close to basketball. There wasn't really much to talk about football. Early signing day is tomorrow. We'll find out how we look in the conference. According to 24/7 Sports site, we're currently ranked 4th for this cycle in conference. So, okay, better than the bottom half. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if there's anything to say about that. Maybe we'll talk about more about that next week when we find out who came in, or if there's anybody that was a surprise there. There was one tiny thing I wanted to mention about football. There was a thread on Panther Talk about how the high school championship has been moved out of Center Park Stadium to Mercedes-Benz, and that just makes sense to me. I'm not concerned about it. Loss in revenue, blah blah blah, whatever. But it really, that whole thread kind of went into this whole thing about parking and how eventually parking will be effectively non-existent around Center Park, because all the space has whatever. And my thing is, one, okay, that's fine because we tailgate on the bricks, no problem there. And then two, the people are talking about everything that discusses traffic in Atlanta or parking in Atlanta was we don't have enough, MARTA access or the rapid bus or the light rail that goes to it. And I'm like, who's gonna tailgate on a streetcar? Yeah, you can't do that. So
also there's now like official approval for light rail into Summerhill, so like that'll be done.
This bus
route. You live there.
They moved it.
You live there, so you should know more about this than I do. But I thought that was rapid bus transit, not light rail.
It moved to bus.
Oh yeah, okay, it might be bus, but it's still dedicated.
Yeah,
it's dedicated.
Does it really matter if it's on a rail or if it's on a bus?
I mean, I'm not carrying a
urban transit enthusiast would want light rail. How about that? We have them on
I guess, but like who if it's all going 25 miles an hour on the same lane, right? So who cares?
I mean, look at Georgia Tech. They have people just parking on the side of the street, tailgating and crap all the time. I don't know why we can't just figure it out.
Yeah. Like, no, it's never gonna be a problem. People have a lot of ingenuity and will find a way if they want to do it, and they'll find a reason not to do it if they don't want to do it. And so it's on us. It's on us to just figure it out.
I feel like the whole concept of tailgating and pre-gaming was just kind of missed because the people that want to tailgate are talking about taking transit, and the people that don't tailgate are talking about not having parking spots. And I'm like, all right, you guys are on the wrong side of your own arguments, but.
Yeah, they should come tailgate, y'all. Like, stop complaining about the tailgate experience and show up and tailgate with us.
And actually tailgate.
Just come hang out with us. It's not that hard.
We've
like, really, 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 just bring a cooler. Like, there's so much food at our tailgate. Just bring a cooler.
Yeah, some beer, or honestly, bring a 6-pack of beer and toss it in one of our coolers. Because
that's right.
I like it when I come home with rando beer at my cooler that I get to drink.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard. Just come hang out. We would look for the State of Atlanta sign. Come over. Everyone's welcome. Even if you got folks from the other team, even if you only are people from the other team, come on over. Eat our food. Drink your own damn beer. What?
Yeah. Unless you're from Trash Down South, then
even come on, man. Even them. Like, I know we're gonna say what we're gonna say, but even them, they come over sometimes.
That'd be fine.
And as long as you're not an asshole, like, stick around. I don't care.
Like I said, no Trash Down South fans.
They're all assholes.
We've met some non-asshole Trash Down South fans.
I know.
We've met some folks that were cool to tailgate with.
No, I have a friend of mine who was in my wedding who went to school at Trash Down South, and I would still call him an asshole.
But they were cool. He'd be cool to tailgate with, probably, right?
Nah, he'd be annoying the entire time. I mean, for anything
else, we have had Trash Down South fans tailgate with us, and it was just fine.
Well, let's not.
You're just gonna have to deal with us gloating over the win, and that's it. Like, that's true. That is the deal. If you're a Trash Down South fan, you just have to deal with it.
Suck it up. Another loss in the books.
That's right. It's not. I mean, but they're used to it, so it should be fine.
Yeah. Yep.
I would say for tailgating, once we run out of space, which probably won't be for quite some time,
long time.
They could just close half of Pollard Boulevard and make one side tailgating.
Tim's been looking at maps while we've been talking about the Trash Down South and whether or not they're allowed to tailgate.
I did not know the name of that road because it's just the road next to the stadium to me. That's it. But Pollard Boulevard, the one that's closest to the highway, it's 4 lanes wide. You just close half of it. Let people tailgate on half of it.
Between the highway and the stadium?
Yeah.
That's not 4 lanes. That's 2 lanes, isn't it?
I feel like it's 4. I don't know.
It's 4. I want to say it's 4 as well, but whatever. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
I don't live there, but I think it's 4.
There's options.
Yeah.
There are options.
Plenty of options.
Stop. And you know what? And until it's a problem, why worry about it? We're not filling up the lots we have now with tailgating.
Again,
we're having
show up and bring your friends so that it's a problem. I want that to be a problem.
Make it a problem. Make it a problem. Was it John Lewis? Good trouble. Make it a problem. That's our thing.
Make it a problem.
He was good trouble. We're making it. I think we have our episode title right there. Make it a problem.
Make it a problem. Don't do
Yeah.
the John Lewis. That's weird.
Don't
No,
do that one.
no. That's way too much words to talk about. Make it a problem. All right.
I like it.
I got nothing else.
Oh boy.
Short episode.
Well, wait.
I
Tim
was
had a bunch
gone.
of stuff in the list. Did we get through it all?
Yeah, I think we talked about all of it.
Any portal updates? Is the portal calmed down for us finally? We don't have a bazillion people in it.
Well, some guys, we got guys that went to some Southern Cal and to Miami and other programs. We got at least.
Wait, Gore didn't go to Miami, right? He just took a official there, or is he gone?
Oh, I don't know. The little icon on the website I looked at had him going to Miami. So,
all right. Maybe he's
but then
there.
we got. I only thing I wrote down for tonight was 3 guys we had coming in. We got Tavion Brown from Colorado State, Tyden Ferris from Central Michigan, and then Jakari Carter, which was an FCS transfer, who he seems like he's kind of like a little bit of a Ravon Johnson kind of guy. He was posting on Instagram a great little video that he made himself about his tour of Georgia State with the other offers and everything. And there was a lot of talk about how he did more to promote the program with his 1-minute Instagram clip than we've seen Georgia State do in months.
Where's the lie?
Hire him. I mean, recruit him. I mean, recruit him.
No. So he's a wide receiver. So those guys tend to like to get their name in lights and everything. So he's advertising himself and the program he's coming to. But he had a lot of positive things to say about it. And it was the locker room or something. He said when he walked into, he's like, "Yeah, this is where I want to be." So
it's good.
I like it.
I like the like an arrogant attitude as long as you can like back it up, right? I want that. I want you to come out confident and like feeling like that. I just don't drop the damn ball. That's it. That's all I got for you.
So
overrun your route so you can catch it.
I don't even care if you run the route or not, as long as you catch the damn ball. I don't know anything about anything.
But if Darren Granger is throwing to you, if the plan is to catch the ball 10 yards out, run 15 yards.
That's right. That's what we learned, right? Is that you just outrun what the plan is, and then you'll catch the ball every time.
Yeah, Granger just doesn't know how good of a passer he is. He throws harder than he realizes.
That's right. Just give it like 5 extra yards, and you might still have to reach a little, but you'll probably be right on the money.
Either that, or he just needs to come out with some glasses like Charlie Sheen from Major League, Wild Thing style, and doesn't realize that he can't actually see as well as he can, and all of a sudden just wear some thick-rimmed military Marine style Drew Carey glasses, and now he's just hit.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome if he came out and he's like big giant fucking. Oh, jeez!
There we go.
Myself like twice.
There. Let's go.
I got pretty drunk pretty early. I didn't mean to.
Shocking.
It just happened.
I'm still recovering from my weekend, so
it was like 5:00, and I got home from running a couple errands, and I opened up. I was like, I'm gonna have a beer right now, and I opened up my fridge, and I was like, I have 2 beers. I have to go to the liquor store and get some beer. So I went and I came back, and that's when I started, and I'm already like pretty good to go.
We're definitely ventured into last call conversation, so I'll go ahead and kill it here. We're 34. We stretched our 28-minute podcast another 6 minutes to 34, so that's pretty good. Thanks everybody for listening. We're gonna head over to last call, drink some more, talk more about Georgia State and whatever else comes up. Probably about the holidays and stuff. I don't know. We'll find out. You can find it on our Patreon page, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. There's a few spots left at $3 a month to join that. And you get access, like I said, to the early access to Patreon, or to what's it called? Last call, as well as access to our private group chat, which is a lot of fun, and discounts on merch and whatever else we do. Thanks for listening, everybody. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Merry Christmas.